Hey everybody, Nick here, and today we're going to do a little bit of disassembly and maintenance on this little guy here. This is the Buck Knives Vantage. And I believe this is a miniature version of it or something along those lines. I should have that information prepared for the actual review itself. This was actually, I believe, sent to me by Pete over at Cedric Ada Gear and Outdoors. Right now it is, actually there is a solid lockup, that's nice. It is terribly scented. You can see here it is actually, is it rubbing against the side there? If it isn't, it's damn close. Action is okay, it works, but I'm hoping by the end of this we'll be doing slightly better than all of that. Okay, so I'm seeing the clip which is on top of the screws on this side. What I'd kind of like to be able to do is, let's see here. I'm going to try and remove these screws in the back here with the dream that once I remove the pivot, all of this looks to be T6, by the way. Okay, well, I'm going to pull the pivot to start with here. I don't want to remove the clip is the thing. Like, these are tiny screws. They're going to strip out. I don't want to deal with that. And so my dream is that I'll be able to remove the pivot and then remove these two screws, and that will allow me to disassemble the knife without removing the clip from the back spacer. Because it doesn't really matter which side you can get into the knife from, as long as you can get into the knife from a side. And so that's my hope, that's my dream, that's my desire here. I think that may be a foolish hope, but we will find out here. But either way, let's see. Now I can, nope. What the heck? No. Unfortunately. So although I can remove the pivot here, which is fine, looks like the actual headed screws that will let me take this guy apart are actually underneath, are on this side, which means I'm going to have to remove the clip to get into everything here. Is the clip going to take? No, it's still T6. Okay, that's nice at least. So we'll put the clip screws there. Ay. So we pull the clip off. That goes here. Now at this point, we can remove these two screws, and beautiful. Just lift this up and set it down. See a little bit of sign of rustification going on here. Internal stop pin. Wait a second, is this thing freaking pinned shut? This thing's freaking pinned shut. So the reason I say that is take a look. So on this side, there's no way to disassemble. And on this side, there's no way to disassemble. They freaking pinned the liners together here. Guys, Buck, what are you doing here? What the buck are you up to? And then unfortunately, it is pinned shut with a internal stop pin, which means that this is not going to be able to be even disassembled, treating it like an integral. So the only thing that we can really do here, I could in theory remove the pivot, but I can't really do that, unfortunately. Wow. Well, okay then. What I'm going to just do is clean up the inside of the handles here because, well, I'm in here, why not? But this is super unsatisfying. Oh, maybe that's not rust. I don't know if it's gunk or rust or something, but it ain't great, whatever the heck it is. Slide that over there. This is one of the few situations, well, maybe not few, but this is one of the situations in which it is useful to have a very low viscosity oil. Because at this point, I cannot do what I normally do, which is to really break the knife open, clean everything off, and then apply oil directly to where I need it to go. Instead, I need to kind of rely on capillary action. Capillary? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that in this context. But the action that shall not be named, the Voldemort action, if you will, I need to rely on that action in order to distribute the oil throughout the knife. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do here is... do I have any flex here? Not really. Well, I'm going to try and get this little needle tip applicator in there and just squeeze a little bit of it into that. area, and hopefully it'll get through to the washer over there. I can apply a little bit right here. This is the 5-weight nano oil, which is very freaking thin. And then finally, I'm going to apply a little bit around the pivot itself. You can see that as I'm applying it, it's actually, gunk is coming up out of there. Wow. The action is extra bad right now. I mean, clearly there's gunk up inside there, but unfortunately Buck has made it such that we cannot clean this. That's a real freaking shame. Guys, come on. Would it have been that hard? Would it? Would it really? Alrighty. I'm just going to add a little bit more here and then work the pivot back and forth, the blade back and forth a little bit, with the hope to kind of suck it through into there. It's running slightly smoother, I suppose. And then while I'm down here, I will put a little bit of a heavier weight. This is the 10-weight oil, where the onto the detent ball path here, and that will just help to make this run a little bit smoother as well. That's sort of the second place where the action can be affected by lack of lubrication. Put a little bit more there. All right. Wow. Not super impressed with the construction here whatsoever. But it is what it is, I suppose. We must make do, or we must not buy this knife. And I'm throwing screws at myself. Hold, please. This is why you keep a flashlight on your disassembly table. Because it's very easy to find a screw in carpet when it is reflective and you have a flashlight. It is very hard when it is not, then you do not. Okay. There we go. That's the other one. So, let's go ahead and put the screws back in here. I will say that I do appreciate that the whole thing is T6. And I'm going to go ahead and use some thread locker here. Pop this into position. Man, pin construction. Guys, what are you doing? Was that necessary? Was it? Buck off. I said, Buck, YouTube, don't demonetize me. Don't demonetize me for a bad pun. They'll demonetize me for no damn reason. Speaking of demonetization, that's a big thing. What this means is that YouTube will no longer allow you to make any money from ads on your videos. You know, every time I upload videos, like 4 or 5 of them, well, I would say probably a solid 80% of my videos are immediately flagged as not eligible for monetization by YouTube's algorithm, at which point you can then manually review it, or request manual review, that is, and at that point they will send some poor bastard in India to watch my video, and he'll say, yeah, it's cool, don't worry, he's just some geek talking about pocket knives and watches and stuff. And so in every case, they have sustained that my review is not, or is actually advertising friendly. Okay, that's terrible. Except one, which was a watch band review. And in that case, the person who watched it felt that a review of a rubber watch strap is clearly just family unfriendly. Like, how dare I? Good sir. All right, that's popped slightly looser here. It's a little tight. But the centering is good. Let's see if I can loosen it up slightly and maintain lack of play. No play. Centering is slightly off. Action is slightly better. This is where you make devil's bargains, where you just kind of have to say to yourself, okay, how badly do I want centering? Badly enough, or not that badly, that's for damn sure. Let's try again. Okay, that's good and tight. The oil did help. Centering is absolutely off. But unfortunately, tightening the pivot enough to get it centered is tightening the pivot too much to have a reliable action, so here we go. All right, now let's remount the clip. It is worth noting that the clip is ambidextrously mountable. This needs to go on this side, yeah. which is always a beautiful thing. Alrighty. I think I probably already said that. Yeah, I already did. No, maybe I didn't. So I just disassembled this knife, the Cricket Ken something or another, Shizuka no Ken, and sorry, sounds like something from Street Fighters. Anyways, and I may have made that same crappy joke there too. All right, different crappy joke. I just don't know, guys. Sometimes all the crappy knife disassemblies blend together. Maybe all the time they do. I don't know. Maybe this has all just been a big dream. And I do not, in fact, have a YouTube channel in which I disassemble crappy pocket knives. Oh, Buck, what are you doing? What the Buck? Anyways, I think I've already made that joke. All right, before I make more jokes the same as previously, we are all set here. Unfortunately, we were not able to get it scented and to have it have a decent action, but but we've done our best here, and the knife is in good working order as best as we could, despite Buck's other efforts otherwise. Hope this has been interesting to you, and that you had yourself just an absolutely wonderful time watching this here, and that you have yourself a wonderful rest of the day. Bye now.